Okay, folks. Good evening, everybody. Thanks everybody for coming out on a cold night and spitting snow and everything. And I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves, starting with Brad.
My name is Brad James, WA4HBM.
Linda Dawson, AK4GC.
Glenn Dawson, AK4HA.
Roger Colvin, KJ4YSY.
Smokey Wallace, KE6IVK.
Alan Martin, KV4YB.
What was your call again?
KV4YB, Kilo Victor.
For Yankee Delta.
Yankee Bravo.
Yankee Bravo, okay. ALAN or ALE? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir.
And then over here in the corner, we got,
Tim, KG9NA.
and behind me,
Bob, KI4JWK.
okay. Thanks, folks. Good attendance tonight. First of all, the giveaway of the day is QSL card holders that you can use, that you can put on your wall. And I've actually got, there's a bunch of them in here. So in other words, if I can get the thing. You hang this on your wall and you put your QSL cards. Any takers?
Yeah.
Okay. I get at least one. Does anybody but Glenn want one?
Give me one.
Nobody else wants them.
Well, then you get them all, don't you?
Yeah.
Come on now, wait a minute. No,
Smokey, would you like to have some?
no I was just being,
I'd be glad to share with you, buddy. There's plenty of them here.
all my QSL goes through whatever it is.
Well, I have some from my novice call back many years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be more thing on it.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. In order to schedule the February luncheon, the middle Thursday, I guess, would be the 19th. How does that look on your calendar, Linda?
That's fine.
Okay. How does February the 19th work for anybody that wants to go to the luncheon? Okay, well that'll be what it is, and even numbered month will be at Denny's, right up here.
But we're 19?
Yes.
Yeah.
What time?
11:30. That's Thursday the 19th. Now, sick bay. Looks like the Dawsons are back after a hospital stay and a long illness. So congratulations. You both look pretty good for what you've been through.
Glad.
And
If we didn't have such good friends, Loretta and Roger, we would have never made it.
well, they showed up at the luncheon after being at the hospital until 5:30 a.m. that day. So
No, that was awful. I told her to go home.
well, I'm glad they came to the luncheon because that made for a good luncheon.
She went and got his medicine and
Yeah.
everything, so that
I can't believe how these folks took care of us.
And Roger, I understand Loretta's a little bit under the weather.
It's nothing serious. She
Okay.
just got a real bad sinus infection. She can't quit coughing.
Okay.
He told her not to talk so
Yeah.
much.
I've been coughing for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, it took me about
And
2 or 3
just
months
stay
ago.
quiet and rest. He says that's the only thing you can do for her. Quit talking so much. Well, that irritates it.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
Once she starts coughing, she can't quit.
Okay. Any birthdays or anything? Now, Linda, you were in the hospital for yours, right?
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So, but anyhow, belated happy birthday.
You know, the Collins, they brought her a whole sack full of birthday presents. Made her have a good birthday.
Uh-huh.
But
Well,
I
that's
accept
good.
any belated ones.
So, any other birthdays, or anybody know of anybody that's been sick or anything that we're missing, or any upgrades, anything like that going on? Oh, there's David over there. Okay.
Loretta's birthday was January the 1st. She's a New Year's baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. I did not know that. When we had the December meeting, I didn't know about that. So I'll tell her we said happy birthday.
I'm not as pushy as she is.
Yeah. She's not been well enough to celebrate, so we're
Yeah, sounds like it.
celebrate.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay. How about kits? New kits or new equipment? Anything along those lines?
I got that Ozark.
Okay.
What's it called?
I remember, I looked it up.
Ozark Patrol.
Ozark Patrol kit, and I got it for my son and my grandson. I'm gonna build it and send it to them to play with.
Okay, and say what it is again.
Call it Ozark Patrol. It's just a regenerative receiver.
Regen receiver. Okay.
And so I'm gonna build it up, and send it to them. Got the
Okay.
hand spread and tuning on it.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something Saturday morning. I saw a regen receiver that Bobby put together.
Well, it might be, was it on a plate? Is it a little plate? No,
It's the parts are built right on the front plate.
Yeah,
Is that
that's the same one.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a sharp looking piece of gear. It looks at home anywhere. Real nice piece of gear, and probably not real hard to put together and get working.
No, it's pretty simple.
We were not in a place where we could do any kind of a demonstration or anything because there's no antenna nearby, but that's good.
I didn't know he had bought one. He's the one told us. I saw him on, not YouTube, but on the Gmail thing.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Google Hangout, yeah.
Yeah, Google Ham. I saw him on that, and where I learned about it.
I couldn't remember him mentioning it, but he brought it over to the coffee shop on Saturday and was showing it around. So, yeah, well, a bunch of us have got new Yaesu digital HTs. I know Bob and I were talking about that at dinner. Anything else in the way of new equipment?
Is that the one with the fusion capability?
Yeah.
With
There
what?
ain't fusion repeaters in the area right
No, but there will be.
now. Okay, because I've heard that they've got, right now, if you'll upgrade a repeater, I don't think it ended in January, but if you would upgrade your repeater and things, you could buy one for $500 from
Yeah.
Yaesu.
Yeah.
You know, to do it.
My understanding is there's a gentleman that has something in the works on that.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about that is you can use that analog.
Right.
Your analog users can keep right on going, and if you want to do it digital, you can do it digital. So,
It's not a bad deal, you know, $500. That's
yeah.
a really good deal.
Well,
Yeah.
what happened was the HTs were like $279. Bunch of us bought them. I just want to make sure that I'm getting you in the picture.
That was a good deal, though.
Like from Gigaparts, yeah. I sold my D-Star HT back over a year ago, and it cost me less money to buy this new than I got for my D-Star HT used, so I came out ahead on the deal.
I've got my D-Star HT, and I'm going through the Raspberry Pi with the DV Mega board in it, using 10 milliwatts, you know. And I can sit there anywhere around the house, outside and things, and key it up and tie in all the reflectors and things. There's one
Oh, okay.
I'm tying into tonight, Reflector 35. They do that net every Monday night.
Uh-huh.
And that's for Raspberry Pi users and anybody else that wants to join. It's a real nice net.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I'd like to see how that fusion works. I haven't seen any, I didn't know anybody that had any of the radios yet. I just heard that, I thought, man, that's
Well, we have done some. We've made some digital QSOs, even across town using outside antennas and stuff. And it's like any other digital. You know, there's no noise. It's all you hear is the voice.
you get like the R2D2, if you get out,
Yeah.
you just drop, you don't get anything at all.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, of course, when you start to get out of range, you'll get some loss and some I don't know whether you'd describe it as the same as like D-Star, you know, the R2D2, or just exactly what, but,
It's good to hear though. Good to hear that.
yeah. Okay, so anything else in the way of new equipment? Yes, sir.
Just a comment about the Raspberry Pis.
Uh-huh.
This morning I read, not read, but I saw a very interesting interview with some people who were producing the Raspberry Pis on the BBC.
Mm-hmm.
And they were claiming they had a whole new version they were coming out with, or was already out with it, that you guys may be familiar with or may want to check out.
Well, there's a bunch of them out there now. Not only do you have the Raspberry Pi, there's an Orange Pi that's out there. There's a BlackBerry, you know, it's out there. You name it, you know, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's one out there. It's at like 1 gigabyte of RAM now, and they're saying it's 6 times faster. You know, whatever that
Got
whatever
the,
that means.
I think the processor now is like 1.2 gigahertz, and then the 1 gig of RAM, everything on it. They're still developing them, but yeah, they're supposed to be coming out with a new Raspberry Pi, I think this year, because they're changing the board and everything, but they're still trying to make it compatible with the older versions that they have currently. So if you migrate from one to the other, it still work.
That may be what they were talking about.
The newest Raspberry Pi I
They're
have.
supposed to come out with a newer one. They've got an 8 plus now.
They have a
And
B
they've also got one
okay?
that's on a
Has
board.
more, all it is the same board, okay? With the same cache in it, but it has more USB ports and different type of output for, well, it has an HDMI, but then it also has composite that's plug-in instead of.
Yeah. Maybe a beefier power supply too, if it's going to have all those USB ports on it, because that was always.
The power supply comes from the wall board.
Okay. Because the the original Raspberry Pi, they said that the power really couldn't drive too much in the way of multiple USB devices. So.
You can add as many USB ports as you want to it, but you have to power the USB.
Yeah,
It works fine with power.
Yeah, I know. I've got one downstairs.
okay. Anything else in the way of equipment or kits ordered or billed or anything like that? Okay. How about? Well, I always ask if anybody's been to the Caribbean to operate QRP on the beach.
Well, close.
That sounds good. Florida, Carolinas.
Guy got a hold of me just before I left home a while ago. He KK4 or something. His name's Kevin. He's from Frankfurt. We're going to start sending code back and forth.
Oh, okay. Working on your code.
His suggestion, we use Skype
Oh, okay.
to talk to each other.
Yeah, send code back and forth.
And that way, if something goes wrong, we can communicate back and forth.
Yeah.
And then we tried 2 meters, 144.060, and we got good signals between my house and Frankfurt, and so we're going to start practicing.
Okay, you going to send actual CW or
CW.
you're not using an FM carrier, right?
No.
Okay.
CW.
Okay.
So he's at about the same speed at me. He's pretty good with his letters, but he's still a little slow at between the characters. Need to slow down, from a regular operator. And he sent to me at 20 words a minute, and I didn't have any problem, except we was sending at 7 words a minute spacing, and that was that worked out pretty good. I've been practicing on 15 words a minute, and I could tell that 20 words a minute was a lot faster, but I didn't have any trouble distinguishing the characters.
Okay.
But I thought that was a good thing. Anybody wants to hop in there with 144.06?
Okay. Well, and then what's your Skype user ID in case somebody wants to maybe give you a shout and say, hey, you want?
Mine's just my call sign, KJ4YSY.
Yeah. Okay.
I've forgotten out what his is.
Okay, but somebody might just want to call you on Skype and say, hey, you want to do some CW? Okay.
Yeah. It'd be great, because I need a little bit of practice, but I hadn't even thought about using Skype to keep up, you know, with each other. And that way we're not.
Well, are you sending the code over Skype as well, or just over?
No, we was actually, well, that's what we was going to do, was send code over Skype also. But the signal come in so clear and plain.
Just doing on the air, yeah. Okay.
Over the air, and there's nobody out there sending code on 2 meters anyway.
Well,
so
when the
it's
band's
like
not
we're
open, you won't,
bothering
yeah. So, okay.
And we're not going that far, you know. Well, I guess we're not going that far.
Me
Well,
and you
it's
been
not
on
bad.
it too.
Yeah, me and you did it, but we was using, me and Glenn started, but we was using our handy talkies then to talk back and forth. This Skype actually works better because you're in constant contact.
Yeah,
with
you
each
got
other
that just
with
sitting there,
Skype.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wait a minute, I've lost you.
Yeah.
Okay. How about antennas? There's not exactly antenna work weather, but you know what they say, if you put an antenna up when the weather's miserable, it's guaranteed to work.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
when I went to Indiana back in January, I definitely, I took my radio and my antenna with me, and I definitely took my time and made sure that when I put it up the right way. It was about 12 degrees outside. And I definitely didn't want to go back outside again.
Incentive to get it right the first
So
time.
I took a little end-fed antenna, and we just put it up outside the kitchen window and run it to a tree. And
Yeah, he mentioned that he had worked you on
Yeah.
40 meters.
yeah.
Was that the day we had the luncheon? I'm trying to. No, you were in the or was it the December luncheon?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Okay. Anything else on antennas or any other equipment or anything? Kit building, scratch building? Anybody doing any home brewing or anything like that?
I didn't say. I did bring it.
Okay. How about operating? Any interesting QSOs, QRP? Now, when you two worked each other, were you both QRP?
Yeah.
Okay. And you worked Germany one day.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember who it was I worked QRP one day at 5 watts.
Because you sent me a text.
Right.
What band was that, by the way?
That's on 10.
10 meters?
I tried and tried to get him. Couldn't get him. Finally, big guns cleared out.
Yeah. Well, I heard, I was trying to work one Sunday morning on 17 meters coming home from church, and he couldn't hear me. And then by the time the band came up, he had this tremendous pile, so I never did work him. Just looking for somebody to talk to on the way home. So, any other interesting QSOs, QRP, contests or anything operated QRP? Okay, any big plans for field events? Like ice fishing and QRP, anything like that?
You guys should take a whole
Just
fun
waiting
out
for
of
the
this.
just waiting for the state to stop trout in Jacobson Park.
Oh, there you go. Well, time flies so fast for me that even winter goes by fast, so it's not going to be too much longer before we get some spring weather. You're ready to try out that quad band end-fed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, does anybody else have anything QRP related or anything along those lines? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and close up shop and let Brad get ready to get the bars meeting going here. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, thanks everybody. Good crowd tonight, and looking forward to Glenn's presentation on the Go kits and so forth here at the bars meeting. Thank you all.